Good morning. Hello. How are you? Welcome back to the Review Suite. So things have been slow here on the channel. A lot of stuff is happening around the world. As we all know, China's on lockdown. Stuff is not being produced. So we're just going to have to wait. I had a lot of content planned for April and May around the Latte Panda 3 Delta. But because of lockdowns in China, that product is going to be further delayed. So it's coming. It's just going to take a little while longer. Second reason is I've been putting a lot of extra time and energy into creating content for my day job. I do a lot of virtual programs still as things are opening back up, and there's still a demand for it. So I have to produce content for my customers. And finally, I've been sort of rearranging things around our home office, which brings us to today's video. I'm gonna give you guys a classic desk setup tour right now. My desk setup is a work in progress. And if you were to ask my wife, she will tell you that I switch up my setup like every 6 months. But for now, I need to be a little bit more flexible in terms of how I create content and how I stay entertained with PC gaming and that sort of thing. So with that said, let's get into the video. Oh, and if you're curious, I'm shooting on the Sony ZV-1 f2.8, 24 frames per second at ISO of 200. So let's go. So as I mentioned, my desk setup is a work in progress, and I got a lot of stuff in a small space because our home office is small. On this side of the room is my setup. My wife's workspace is on the other side. She actually works from home more than I do. So I wanted to sort of minimize the amount of stuff that I have in this room so that she can have a little bit more flexibility to get her work done. Starting from the left over here is my 3D printer. This is the Elegoo Neptune 2S. So I have some experience with 3D printing at my job, but this is my first personally owned 3D printer. It's pretty good. I think it's a great starter 3D printer at a nice price. You can pick this up on Amazon. And by the way, everything that I mentioned will be linked down in the description box, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, the Elegoo Neptune 2S is an awesome 3D printer if you're just starting, or if you just want to have a couple of these to start your print farm. Overall, it's an awesome 3D printer. I don't have it plugged in right now because I didn't want all the fan noise being picked up by my microphone. Now, all this little extra stuff isn't here normally. I just was doing some straightening before I started filming this video. And again, it will change eventually, but this is a case that I 3D printed on the Elegoo. It's a Raspberry Pi 4 case. It's kind of shaped or designed to look like a Apple TV, and it has all the cutouts. It's in 2 parts, the top and bottom, and it's really awesome. I'll probably do a video on this and some other Pi 4 cases in the future. So I have the Neptune 2S resting on a Alpha Classic drawer. This is a 7-runner drawer, and you can pick these up at Container Store. 3 drawers, a 3-runner and 2 2-runners. At the top is where I keep all of my camera stuff, like cables, batteries, clamps, my mic stuff. Got a gray card there, some cleaning cloths, another clamp, dummy batteries, camera lenses, you name it, I keep it all in here in this top drawer. In the second drawer, I keep all of my maker stuff, earbuds, Raspberry Pi case, breadboard, you know, all kinds of small little peripherals and that sort of thing. It all lives up under here. I also keep some phone stuff in here too. This is, yeah, one of my cases for my iPhone. It's a Rink Air S case. I like Rink cases a lot. I've done videos on these in the past, and what I like most about them is that they have these cutout loops so you can attach a strap to your phone so you can just loop around your wrist. And you won't have to worry about dropping your phone, so good stuff. At the bottom, this 4-runner drawer, I keep all of bulk stuff, device boxes, filament, camera lights, big heavy stuff that I don't want resting in a corner somewhere. So yeah, bulk storage. All right, moving on to my actual desk. Well, I'll start from the left here. This is a Neewer mic arm. I believe it's Neewer. I got a lot of Neewer stuff. you'll come to see. But I can, and it's hard doing this with one hand, but I can fold this down and extend it as needed whenever I need to jump on the mic. Have an Xbox One controller for gaming. My Raspberry Pi 4GB model. I use this for Octopi, and what I'll probably do is 3D print a case for this one so I can mount it directly to the Elegoo Neptune 2S. That way it's kind of out of the way. My keyboard is of course the MX Keys from Logitech. Love this keyboard. You can add up to 3 devices. The first device for the dongle is set to number 1. The second device is my iPad Pro over here. And the third device is my Raspberry Pi CM4 connected to the Pi Unora MX mouse to go with the MX keys. Love this thing. Again, same concept. 3 devices, you're good to go. Over here I have, of course, my iPad Pro with the Apple Magic Keyboard. Okay, so for the monitors, this one to my right is the LG 25 UM58P. This is a 21:9 ultra wide monitor, 2560 by 1080. And I use this monitor mostly for editing videos on DaVinci Resolve. And I've had it, I believe, since 2018. No, it's not 4K, but it's great if you need ultra wide on the cheap. Right above the LG is my Sony a6400. This is my first mirrorless camera. I still think the picture quality on this looks fantastic. And when you pair it with some good glass, you can take awesome photos and video. And speaking of glass, I have the Sigma 30mm attached to this. So if you see me streaming or on one of my friends' streams, I'm usually using this lens. And I have this clamped to the VESA pole. I know this is kind of dark right there, but this is a small rig camera clamp, and it clamps nicely to the VESA pole here. And by the way, this is a Vivo VESA pole that I have this monitor mounted to. Right above the A6400 is a Neewer LED panel with barn doors. The exact model I forget, I'm drawing a blank, but again, it will be in the description box. It's a great light. You can add batteries to these, and they come with a nice carrying case for the power adapter and the light itself, so good stuff. So next to the LG Ultra Wide, I have another LG monitor, and this model is the 27MN60-T. Now I picked this monitor up at Costco actually. They had these on sale. It's a 1080p monitor, 75 Hertz refresh rate, and AMD FreeSync supports. As for my speakers, these are Philips SPA 8210-37. Now, I first learned about these speakers watching Dookie over at DVZN Media. For 20 bucks, I was like, I'll give these a try. And these Philips speakers, I'm telling you, they're just great. Not very bass heavy speakers, but they sound fantastic. I have them plugged directly into my gaming PC. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about my gaming PC here because this entire build is about to change here in the next couple of days. But essentially, I have a Ryzen 7 3700X and a Gigabyte Aorus ATX B550 motherboard, a 550 watt EVGA power supply, and an MSI Gaming Z 2060, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and that's the gist of it. So again, I'm not going to focus on it too much because it's about to change. And speaking of change, I'm about to downsize from an ATX to a micro ATX, going back to the MSI Mag series of motherboard. And this is the Mag B550M mortar with Wi-Fi. So stay tuned for that video. And for audio, I'm using the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you found this video helpful or informative or entertaining, do me a favor, hit the like button. And if you want to see more content just like this, subscribe to the Review Suite. I'm Jason, and I will see you guys in the next video.